All right, good Friday morning. It's good to be with you. I want to jump right in as we are having a beautiful day out there. I want to look at John chapter 2, and I think one of the things we see in John chapter 2 is that Jesus was someone that cared for us. He performed a lot of miracles while he was on earth. He performed them for a lot of different reasons. Obviously, he did them to show his power over disease, over life, over death, over demons. And his miracles were also a display of his love and compassion for people. In John chapter 2, no one's dying, no one's possessed, no one is in serious trouble, but Jesus still performs a miracle, his first miracle, as a matter of fact. And it's here we look in John chapter 2. It says, the next day, Jesus' mother was a guest at a wedding celebration in the village of Cana in Galilee. Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the celebration. The wine supply ran out during the festivities, so Jesus' mother spoke to him about the problem. They have no more wine, she told them. How does that concern you and me? Jesus asked. My time has not yet come. But his mother told the servants, do whatever he tells you. 6 stone water pots were standing there. They were used for the Jewish ceremonial purposes and held 20 to 30 gallons each. Jesus told the servants, fill the jars with water. When the jars had been filled to the brim, he said, dip some out and take it to the master of ceremonies. So they followed his instructions. When the master of ceremonies tasted the water that was now wine, not knowing where it had come from, though of course the servants knew, he called the bridegroom over. Usually the host serves the best wine first, he said. Then when everyone is full and doesn't care, he brings out the less expensive wines, but you have kept the best until now. And so certainly we see this miraculous sign here, as it says in verse 11, was Jesus' first display of his glory, and the disciples believed in him. And then, of course, after this is where we get the passage where he talks about destroy this temple, and in 3 days they'll raise it up. And, of course, those that are around are flabbergasted that Jesus has made this claim. But Jesus says this, because of the miraculous signs, in verse 23, because of the miraculous signs he did in Jerusalem at the Passover celebration, many people were convinced that he was indeed the Messiah. But Jesus didn't trust them because he knew what people were really like. No one needed to tell him about human nature. And so Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine. The Bible tells us that he displayed his glory, God's glory, with this miracle. But the story also tells us that he was sensitive to the needs of his mother and those that were at the wedding. He simply wanted to help them as well. There was compassion there. And certainly he wanted to bless the people who were being married. And certainly Jesus wants to bless us too. No matter what we're going through, no matter what our life, no matter what has happened in our life, nothing goes unnoticed by him. And so we may not see, water changed into wine in our lives. If you're Free Will Baptist, that better not happen. But we can have confidence that he loves us, that he's involved in our lives, and that there's nothing that happens that is a surprise to him. So I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. Be looking for opportunities in your life where maybe you haven't noticed the Lord working. And certainly maybe we've missed out on that, not paying attention. But he is working in our life. Nothing goes unnoticed. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday, and God bless.